What is up guys, Munash here, and today we have Aegon against Abyss of Legends Korg. So when I first did this fight, which was on path 2, I used Dr. Doom just because he's medium and special attacks deal energy damage, so he doesn't take damage from Korg's rock shield. But yeah, because I like doing things differently the second time around, I decided to use Aegon. And also because even though it's a little bit trickier with Aegon, he can do more damage than Dr. Doom, so he gets this fight done faster and with less revives. And this is also where I decided to open my free crystals. I had 166 saved up at this point, and managed to get 10 revives, which also just helped make things a lot cheaper. So the main thing that makes this Korg annoying is his abyssal ability lowers your offensive ability accuracy by 100%, which means that Aegon's concussion or ability accuracy reduction he gets after 500 hits doesn't actually work to prevent taking damage from his rock shield. So there's a few ways you can get around this with Aegon, and the one that I mostly use, which is probably the easiest, is just to parry and then do a couple of light hits, which I found it actually worked fairly well. Although the only annoying thing is that he does have a high chance, I believe it's up to a 70% chance at max sig, to shrug off your debuffs whenever he has his rock shield. So you have to make sure that he doesn't shrug it off too much, because then he also gains an additional charge, which just means it takes longer to remove it altogether. And also that means that you're going to be dealing less hits because of that whole brute force mechanic in Abyss. So yeah, generally you want to just go in and just do light attacks until his shield is destroyed, and then you can actually go in and start doing full combos with your medium attacks. Now the other way you can get around this is actually to light intercept, where basically you're just intercepting but you're using your light attacks instead of your medium. So I did that a little bit here where I'm actually just backdrafting as well, just to make it a little bit easier and faster. And Korg is one of those champs with animations that makes it a little bit easier to do some shallow intercepting with your light attacks. So you sort of just let him dash at you, and then when you time your dash back right, you can just intercept the light attack, and then you just do your combos like that. And then the other way of doing this, you actually sort of bait his heavy attack. So sometimes when you actually parry, he will shrug it off, and then sometimes he will also throw a heavy attack after that. And then what you want to do then is basically just throw a full light attack combo as soon as you dex his heavy attack. So as soon as you dex the first hit of his heavy attack, you actually want to do 4 light attacks. And usually the first 2 hits will whiff or miss because you're a little bit too far, but the 3rd and 4th hit will usually connect. So yeah, those are the kind of the 3 main ways of dealing with his rock shield. Oh yeah, and then the last way to counter it is just to throw a special 3, because that will pretty much shatter his shield, remove all these charges, and then you can start doing your normal damage. So you can also actually save your special 3, because with Aegon you don't really need to use special attacks. So you can sort of just save your special 3 and then use it whenever he regains his shield, and then you can sort of just take it down quickly like that. And it can also help you just to save hits, you know, because you don't do a lot of damage while his shield is active, because he does sort of nerf your damage, so you can't do more than 40% of your base attack. That's why you see me only doing about 1100 damage with Aegon when he has his rock shield up. So yeah, and then after that you can pretty much just do your thing with Aegon. Also, I had 2 very interesting interactions where I actually did hit him with a medium attack and I didn't take any rock damage. I can't remember exactly when in the fight, but I think it happened twice, in this fight and then in a later fight. So yeah, I'm not so sure what's up with that, because I do know originally the skill champs in Abyss were kind of bugged, so you could actually gain all your ability accuracy back after you throw your first special attack. But they seem to fix that, although I did have instances where, you know, I did throw a medium attack and didn't take any damage back, but it wasn't consistent, so yeah, I still wouldn't recommend just doing that and trying your luck. So yeah, I'm not sure about that. But yeah, in this first fight, which might have been the best fight, I managed to take him down to, I believe, 74%. So I did sort of deliberately get hit a few times, just so I can throw some big special 2s. But there's always a risk in doing that because you can get stunned when he hits you. But yeah, usually if you just heal up, it's not too bad. You know, as long as you don't do it too much. And that's why I highly recommend just going into Realm of Legends and farming a lot of health potions before you do an Abyss Path. Just so you can heal up before these fights, so you can actually do a bit more damage without worrying about using more revives. So in this first fight, I took him down to 74%, so I guess Aegon can actually do this fight in about 3 revives without any boosts or synergies. Which is better than Doom, because I remember with Doom, I was doing about 18% per fight when I did it on Path 2. Whereas with Aegon, I can do about 25% per fight. Although I think I used 4 revives for this fight, because I remember in the second fight, I just slipped up on a special 1 evade and got clipped. And that ended me when I still had about 100 hits left. So yeah, and then there's another fight where I accidentally, after throwing a special 3, I was throwing medium attacks just because they do more damage than light attacks. And while I was doing that, he regained his rock shield and I just didn't notice. So I essentially just ended up killing myself, you know, because I actually just wasn't paying attention. And then, you know, I was just throwing medium attacks and then his rock shield came back. And then I took about 6,900 damage, which took the rest of my life away. Then I basically did the last run with Dr. Doom just because I didn't want to revive Aegon an additional time because I knew I wouldn't have to use Doom again for this path. So you notice in the second fight, that's where I actually started to do the whole heavy baiting thing. But yeah, that's pretty much gonna do it for this fight. I hope you guys found it useful. Thank you for watching, have a wonderful day, and I'll see you soon.